So yeah, the 880 and 881 solutions. Let's walk through these, shall we? All right, so here we go. The deal is, we know from the vertex form, which goes like so, that the vertex on this bad boy is at -1, -16. Remember, 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 remember. It's always opposite of what's with the x. It's just the rules, man. Don't hassle it. So I have to go 1 to the left and 16 down on this conveniently drawn grid. And I'm right here, and that is precisely all I know. I don't know the x-intercepts, I don't know the y-intercept. I mean, I could get the y-intercept if I plug in a 0 for x and all that, but I thought I'd give you a little hint as I walk through these solutions on these two problems. Remember, there could be a number out front, and secretly with this problem, there's a 1, and it's a positive 1. It's a jaunty positive 1, you know. Which means that this thing is going to be a happy parabola, not a frowny parabola. And it's not going to be like with the 2 or the 3 or the 4 that's out front. It's not going to be trying to reach twice as high as it was before. It's like your standard parabola. So, with that in mind, because it is, I want to teach you a trick on this graphing. When there's a 1 out front, like there is with both of these, I can go 1 left and 1 right, and then up 1. Kaboink. And then, from those two spots, I can go 1 left and 1 right, and then up 3. Ha ha. So I did 1, 3. Now the next time, you gonna guess? 1, 3. The next one I go up, I go over to the right one, and then I go up 5. So that distance keeps growing by an odd number. And because you're bright people, you know my next sort of growth distance here has to be 7. So I'm going to go left 1 from the left point and right 1 from the right point. I'm going to go up 7, and that turns out to be the x-intercept. Same thing here. My x-intercepts, I can get that. Now they turn out to be like exactly at those points, but my x-intercepts turn out to be 3, 0 and -5, 0, which is mildly cool. And if I want to do this again, you guessed it right, my next movement up, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And so I'm going to go over 1 to the right and up to 9. I have to kind of guesstimate on this one. And then over 1 left and up to 9, again, guesstimate. And I'm here. And now I can sketch like a super wicked accurate graph. Oh yeah. Magnitude and direction. Oh yeah. Call me vector. That is my vertex. Same thing here, only now I want to do this one a little bit faster. So, with a new marker, I hope you picked your vertex, not picked, but pulled out of here that the vertex is at -2, -3, which is right about here. Again, the number that sits out front is a 1, and it's positive, so it's going to be happy. So that means I can go right 1, up 1, left 1, up 1. Right 1, up 3, y-intercept. Left 1, up 3. Now, the downside to this is I don't get the x-intercepts, but I can guesstimate that there's somewhere like between -3, -4, like -3.5-ish, -1/2-ish. So, you know, I got that. 1, 3, and then I can go up 5. Notice once you get one plotted, the other one is on the other side because of the axis of symmetry that cuts this thing in half. Same thing with this bad boy. There's the graph. So even if you don't get anything more than the vertex, because that number is 1, you can actually plot more points. Now, you might be asking, Aiken, what if there's like a 2 here? That just means that the height you jump is twice as much. So initially you would go left 1, right 1, and instead of going up 1, you would go up 2. And then you go left 1, right 1, and instead of going up 3, you go up 6. Because everything's now twice as tall. It's reaching twice as high. So you can still sketch a graph really accurately if you need graph paper, which, by the way, I'll have graph paper in your file folders outside of my door. Grab only like 6 sheets of graph paper, please, if you need graph paper. But it makes these graphs, they just pop. I mean, they just sparkle. Look at that, huh? Just look at it. But what's nice is that 1, 3, 5 thing, if it's a 2, it's 2, 6, 10, right? If it's a negative, same thing, but it's frowny. So that's how you can get graphs really quickly with so little information.